Before we probably do. So we were sort of rushed a few things yesterday. We forgot to just do our little morning prayer to start our class. So let's get into the right mental frame of mind by coming into a seated position. And again, whatever's comfortable for you, okay? Bringing your hands into our Jnana Mudra. Palms can be up. Roll the shoulders up and back. Get nice and comfy, close the eyes. And let's find a comfortable breath where we are at ease in holding the posture. Feeling a soft breath, there's no force here, whatever's comfortable for you at this moment. Gently relax the abdomen as you inhale, and a very, very gentle contraction, bringing the navel, the belly button in just a little bit as you exhale, but no force, okay? There should be no real muscular effort here, just at ease. When you're at home doing this practice, stay here for as long as you need to until you come to a place of quietness. And that level of quietness will be different every day. So when you feel at ease, even if it's not 100% quiet in mind and body, then you're ready to begin. You be the judge. And on your next inhale, bring hands to heart center. Again, stay here in your own practice for as long as you need to find harmony and ease with this mudra. We'll chant Om 3 times, taking a breath in. Om. 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 Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Keeping your eyes closed, gently bring your hands face down to your knees or your thighs, whatever's comfortable. And let's hold here. Again, passive inhale and gently, gently contract the abdomen in just slightly as you exhale. As the weeks go by, we'll work on more and more refined awareness of the movement of breath, of the feeling of prana as we sit in this position. But for now, let's just practice sitting quietly with an even breath. examining, inhale, open the eyes, and then come into a supine twist. We'll hold it for 2 minutes each side. Again, when you're doing your own practice, if you feel that you want to hold it for longer than 2 minutes, do what feels good for your body, but minimum 2 minutes. I'm using a block because one of my hips is a little tight today. So come down into your position. Arms are extended to the sides. Again, before you even start, activate the legs, which means we do a slight flexion of the ankle. Not too hard, just slightly. Toes, knees, and hip points all pointing up. I feel relaxed here in my psoas, in my pelvis, in my lower back. If you feel any strain in the lower back already, go ahead and bend the knees a little bit, and that will change the angle of the pelvis. It tilts it a bit forward. See this? Which relaxes the lower back. So whatever's good for you. We're going to use that pelvic tilt with both the knees over the hips. So we take an inhale, gentle inhale. Exhale, feel the contraction, feel the tilt. Bring the knees over the hips. And to exhale again, knees float right, you look left. I'll set the timer. We'll do this together for 2 minutes. Again, it's about finding that feeling of ease in this posture. And the breath can help you find that ease. Even inhale, even exhale. And let's take our last exhale here. Again, with awareness of the pelvic tilt to bring the knees to center, and then exhale again and bring them to the left side. So you take a nice easy breath in, exhale, feel the contraction for the small tilt, float up, exhale, knees go left, you look to the right. 2 minutes. Refining your breath in this position, finding that feeling of ease and stability, not only in the rhythm of your breath, but in being able to voluntarily relax and sink the body into this posture. Coming back to center. Take a breath in. Inhale, sorry, exhale, contract, feel the tilt, come to center. Inhale, hands to the knees, exhale, knees towards the chest. Now remember, in this position, it's about allowing the mat to support the total spine. So here's my towel right here. I'm gonna make sure that it's close to the mat. Chin is gently tucked. And then I start to bring the knees closer to the chest. For me, I have to widen my knees to do this, just because of the angles of my hips. So you can have a wide stance with your knees or closer. And I'm really thinking about pushing my tailbone and butt down the mat so I can extend that feeling in my spine as I bring the knees closer to the chest. I also don't want to bring my shoulders up. I want to keep them as relaxed as possible. Okay, let's feel your breath here. You remember, we're still in that stage of the practice of finding a relaxation. We're not trying to introduce any kind of tension. Your diaphragm is connected to your central nervous system through the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve runs through the diaphragm, actually, and then to the brainstem at the top of your spine. The vagus nerve is one of the biggest bundles of nerves in your body, and it influences your feeling of relaxation or tension. Because as we know, when we breathe, if we breathe really shallow and fast, we're tense. And emotionally, we have that response in the brain. But when we are relaxed and the diaphragm is moving in a nice rhythmically way, up and down, it's relaxed. The brain is receiving the signal through that vagus nerve to be relaxed. And then our emotional response is on ease, lack of tension, lack of stress, lack of anxiety. So that's what we're working on right now in this part of the practice. As you exhale, let's extend the right leg down, bring both hands to the left knee. Bring the knee so it's right on the left side of the body rather than on the outside of the left side. Bring it over the body. Flex both feet. And see if you can bring that knee a little closer towards your chest without skewing your hip points. They should still be in line with one another and facing upwards. Widen the shoulders down. This is a nice, very passive stretch for your psoas. Again, when you're at home, you do this for as long as you need until you feel that release through your right hip. The hip flexor and your psoas is part of your hip flexor group. And as you exhale, go ahead, release the left leg down. Both legs are still active, toes, knees, hip points are pointing up. Feel your hip bones right here. Now using a pelvic tilt, float the right knee towards the chest. So take a breath in. Exhale, contract, tilt, float the knee up. Both hands to the right knee. Roll those shoulders back underneath you. Tuck the chin. And see how it feels to bring the right knee a little closer towards the chest without breaking that beautiful line of your hips. They're still in line with one another.
Observe your breath. Sometimes you'll find out that the right side of your body is a little more tense than the left or vice versa. And it's just a nice observation and practice and awareness of how your breath may change when you're doing this little posture. Practicing awareness and observation is one of the first steps to meditation. And if you exhale, release the hands, release the neck down. Taking a block. Sorry, I still have this cold in my chest. Hard for me to lay down. Take the block and you're going to put it underneath your tailbone area, between the tailbone and the lumbar. Keep your hands here. As you exhale and slowly release first one leg down the mat and then the other. If you're feeling undue tension, bend your knees and either move the block up or down your spine a little bit. Take the time to find a position where you can breathe at ease. Once you're there, if you're feeling comfortable, go ahead and release the hands, palms up either to the side or overhead, wherever you feel the nicest lengthening and opening here. Sorry, they're not the best pants to wear for this. Pockets are falling out. Okay. I think I'll put my hand overhead and see how that feels. Allow the legs to just float a little bit to the outside. So the knees and the feet are pointing out, but your hips are still pointing up towards the side. And then you can see the movement of my belly. I'm exaggerating, but this is what it is. Inhale and exhale. Let's stay here for at least 4 more slow breaths. Now for me, this is beginning to introduce some tension into my lower back. So I'm going to bend my knees. Bring the block a little down in the direction of my feet. Plant my feet and let my knees just rest towards one another down the center. Okay, that is taking the tension off my lower back. And now I will resume that awareness of my inhale and exhale. To come out of position, bend the knees, plant the feet, have your knees hip width apart, bring your hands to your block, gently lift your butt off the block and take it out from underneath. From here, use that nice pelvic tilt to roll the pelvis forward so you can bring the knees up and towards your chest. Hands to knees, knees to chest, and roll from side to side. Again. Again, these are all, easy, physically easy positions to get into, but that's not the point. We're not trying to stress ourselves in a muscular way. What we're trying to do is open a pathway for relaxation and breath. And sometimes we just have to get out of our own way. And this is a really nice posture to do that. Okay, let's come to a seated position so that we can put the block underneath our back. Bring your hands to the mat, tuck your chin, and if you exhale, just roll up. Taking your block, which I hope you found a pequeño mundo or send somebody to get you a nice block. Get the foam ones, not the wooden ones. You want to put this underneath your bra strap more or less. So that when you lay down, feet are hip width apart, activated, toes, knees, hips still pointing up. You can, with ease, let the head drop and open the hands to the side. Now, at this point, once I'm really relaxed, you can play with it. You can have your feet activated like I am right now. You can see the computer, or you can let them fall to the side. What I'd like you to do is just see how you feel in your back when you do it. If being too relaxed when the pelvis down introduces tension in the back, then keep them activated. If it doesn't, then please just let them relax, okay? So you get into position, and you can even put another towel here underneath your head if you like. Come into position. For me, this feels really good. And now, since we're in our last position of relaxation before pranayama, if you can, I'd like you to practice samavriti. Samavriti is even inhale, exhale. And let's do it on a count of 4. So you inhale for 4 counts, exhale for 4 counts. So it'll be inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. All right. The 4-count breath in Ayurveda is a breath that rejuvenates cellular metabolism, cellular health within the body. So 4-count rhythm is a very nice rhythm to have when we're recovering from injuries, surgeries, respiratory illnesses. All right. So we're in position. Go ahead and do your 4-count samavriti. Two more cycles of inhale 4, exhale 4. So come out of this position, bend both knees, plant feet. Bring your hands to your head, touch chin. And let's go. Great, from here, let's do a little child's pose. Before we sit in Kapalabhati. So as you are in child's pose, Balasana, I'd like you to do your best to find that awareness of your breath on your back. So feel how when you inhale, you may feel your belly expanding against your thighs first. But then as the breath continues, usually we feel the breath in the front of our body. But in this position, you can actually feel your skin moving. There's movement in the middle back and the upper back as you inhale and exhale. So let's bring our awareness and observation to that feeling as we are inhaling and exhaling in this position. Few more breaths here. If you can, maintain that 4-4 rhythm. Coming out, lift the head. Draw the hands back. And if you're comfortable, you can sit on your heels. If not, then come to whatever position is good for you for Kapalabhati breath. Now I'm trying to figure out a way to demonstrate and for you to see how my stomach goes in. Let me bring the computer closer. Steady. Okay. So, like this. Okay. Let's do it like inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. More slow. Okay, so the idea is first technically to do it properly. And secondly, to begin to feel that passive kind of recoil in relaxation of the diaphragm going up and down. So we're only going to do a rep of 10. Okay, to begin with. Let me put it like this. So for me, I'm more comfortable to sit with cross-legged. But when I first started, I always sat on my heels. That was the only way I could do it because I couldn't open my hips. So whatever's good. It's important to have your yoga mudra with either hands down for stability of your torso or up, whatever is good for you. I like one up, one down for me. Roll the shoulders up and back. It's important in pranayama to have your back straight. So if you want to sit against a wall,
use any props you want. We are not trying to condition our core right now. What we're trying to do is get the optimal position of our lungs and our internal organs and our spine, and in a place of ease so we can do the breath. Okay, you can work on your core any other time you want. So find a position where you're really comfortable with whatever props you need. Close your eyes. Before you begin Kapalbhati breath, you have to be relaxed. Even though it's a forceful breath, we do it with the perspective of the most relaxation we can have. Eyes are closed, just breathe normal. Gentle inhale, very gentle exhale, bringing the belly button in your normal breath. Okay, begin your 10 reps. Long exhale, take a break. Look by doing like this. Normal breath. Okay, 10 reps again. And begin. Long exhale, relax. Three more cycles. This time I'm going to do it with a little faster rhythm. And I invite you to practice it with a faster rhythm just to see the difference in observation awareness that you may have, all right? So let's begin. Relax. On your last one, you just take a long exhale and then you come back to a nice normal breath. Observe your heartbeat. Observe if you've introduced any tension in your chest, neck, or shoulders. Relax down into it, sink down into your tailbone without rounding back. Okay, let's neither do too slow nor too fast. Let's do sort of a medium rhythm now for your next 10 repetitions. Let's begin. Normal breath. But I don't know about you, but I'm already have a nice feeling of euphoria just from doing this short little pranayama that we've done. I'm already feeling more at ease and I feel more centered like this. Okay, we have one more set of 10. You choose how you want to do it, what rhythm. What's important in your choice is that it is to whatever gives you more feeling of awareness, more feeling of observation, more feeling of euphoria as you're doing the pranayama, okay? So you're in position and begin. Once you finish, normal breath. Gently open the eyes. Something I forgot to mention. Pranayama, this type of pranayama is done with your eyes closed. Unless you're feeling a lot of pressure behind your eyes, but that means you have glaucoma. And then if you have glaucoma, do not do Kapalbhati breath. But usually we do it with our eyes closed. And after we finished our 5 sets, if you feel good in this position, stay here. And just set your timer for 2 to 5 minutes. Open your ears. Soft breath, 4 in, 4 out, and just listen and observe the sounds coming in your ears. All right, it's a type of 1-point focus as we practice relaxation. It's just a technique. And stay there for 2 to 5 minutes. If you're not comfortable in this position, lay down in Savasana. For me, I find Savasana really hard, partly because my lungs seem to be always filled up with something, and laying down is not good for me. So I prefer to sit. But if you're in a position, Savasana is actually probably better. Savasana for at least 5 minutes. I'm going to leave you here, Barbara, but this is the practice for you to practice this week is relaxation. Inhale, exhale, normal breath through our spinal twists, through our knees to chest, opening up the psoas, block under your lower back, block under the chest. Child's pose, feeling the breath as it moves the rib cage and the lungs in the back. So you get that feeling. And then Kapalbhati breath, 5 sets of 10, at a speed and rhythm that you can change up and feel awareness. Always remember, because I forgot yesterday, to give our profound thank you and gratitude to all the girls within that help us as you close your practice. So after your Savasana, come to another seated position, hands in Anjali Mudra. Let's chant Om together 3 times. Om. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Exhale, bowing down to the teachers within. Inhale, gently coming back up. When you're ready, open the eyes. You're back in full awareness, ready for the day. Namaste. Thanks, Barbara. Let me know if you have any questions, just WhatsApp me, and I'll see you next